At the end of World War II, it was a defining moment. Things never returned as they were previously. The nations were realigned. And in fact, there were nations that were like put together that were never put together before, like Yugoslavia or Iraq. And they were brought together by a group of leaders, and they weren't really, before that, they were a nation, but those nations didn't, like Yugoslavia didn't exist. And then, so there's defining moments, and life did not return as usual. And we had the Cold War, we had the Soviet Union and all of that then emerges and comes forth. Life did not return as usual. We had a defining moment at 9/11, and life did not return as normal. And we entered into a global war of fear. Life after this will not return as we have previously known it. Consider these thoughts. What has been touched in this current situation? Athletics, entertainment, medical, elections, politics, church, religion, weddings, funerals, youth athletics, education, on and on and on and on and on. Media, Hollywood, it's all been touched. We, though, in coming out on the other side, we're entering into an entire new era. An entire new era. A lot of us prophesied about 5780 and 2020 and beyond. And many of us, several of us, said, this is not just a new day. This is what I said. We are not just crossing over into a new day or a new year or even a new decade. We are crossing over an entire new era. But what we maybe didn't comprehend is the fullness of that new era. Noah goes into an ark. He comes forth into an entire new era in civilization. And I had another encounter where I was given a scroll. I opened it up, and it's a blueprint. And I started building an ark of his presence with family members. People see that what's happening, the word gets out, and it was a dream, and people started coming. Now, it was like the loaves and fishes. The blueprint.
Excuse me, what do you mean an ark with family members? Explain what you're saying.
Noah built an ark.
Right.
That was for the preservation. And who was it that was on the ark with him?
His family and animals.
And there were eight. Eight is a new beginning. So in my dream, it's full of prophetic symbolism.
I follow.
Yeah. And so I'm given a scroll, but it's a blueprint when I unrolled it. And it is a blueprint on building an ark. Now, it took me time to then decipher this. So, and then it multiplies in the dream. And then there's scores, there's hundreds, there's thousands then of arks of his presence being built. Then I wake up out of this encounter, and a word was sitting on me, and it says, as it was in the days of Noah. This happened about 2 months ago. As it was in the days of Noah. And I'm going, okay. The ark was for protection, provision, preservation. It was about the presence of God. There was the dove. And it was about coming into a new era of promise. If we redeem the time, we will shift now truly from one era into an entire new era. And part of the new era we're shifting into is the great harvest.